friends. Hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hi. So I wanted to come back on and just do like a get ready with me, talking to you guys about some things I've been thinking about the YouTube community lately. Shocking, I know I have opinions about things, but I wanted to just come on, do a get ready. I've been feeling so sick and I finally felt like semi better today. So I just wanted to like come on and talk to you guys, just like catch up. Like, let's just talk about what's been going on. I'm gonna start getting ready and let's do it. So the first, before we start, I did get this from Saturday Skin through, this is so ironic because of the video that I'm filming. It's like, you can't trust people. So I don't know if you can trust me or not, but this is the Saturday Skin Pretty Pop Probiotic Power Whipped Cream. I've been using this, okay, so I'm gonna use this right now. So what's been happening? When I first got this, I was like, I don't know what this is for, because it's a very like whipped, that's the best way I can describe it. It's like a really whipped texture. And I found, because it's not like a cream that you would put on your face at night, but it's not like a gel, which is what I like to put on my face in the morning. I found it's really, really good for hydrating and moisturizing before you put on your makeup. And so that's what I've been using it for. So if you don't need something like that, I don't think you need this. But as always, I really like Saturday Skin stuff. They never break me out. They never give me any issues. And it's a nice way to just kind of prep your skin before you would go ahead and like put on all your makeup. Normally I put on a sunscreen too, but I'm not going outside today. So that is from, again, from Octoly, meaning I got it sent for free. A little Octoly review for you to start out the video. Now, this is what I want to talk about. So I recently have been following everything that's going on, and I kind of just have found that there's some like nutty stuff happening in the beauty community right now, and also just the YouTube community. So I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to come at it from a perspective of like, why does it feel like we have kind of lost trust in influencers? And my exhibit A for this hypothesis of why we've lost trust in YouTubers is Jana. Literally just exhibit A. This could be the whole video, is just Jana. If you don't know what's going on. So Tana who is I've done videos on her. I've given you guys my opinions about her. I don't particularly think she's the worst person on the planet, but I definitely don't think she's a good role model for children. And then Jake Paul, who I've again talked about on my channel. Don't think he's like the worst. No, he's pretty bad. He's made a lot of mistakes. Again, don't think he should be a role model for children. For some reason, both of them are. And if you don't know, a few months ago, Tana was dating this guy named Brad. And he was like, he looked like Justin Bieber. It was like a thing. And they had this big, like really public breakup where he like cheated on her and he was like doing all these crazy things and like whatever. And it actually, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely very cynical about, not cynical, definitely very skeptical about a lot of things that go on in YouTube, particularly like YouTuber relationships. But I actually like felt for her when that happened. Cause like getting cheated on sucks. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, like that's a crappy thing to happen to a person. So I did feel bad for her when that happened. But then she started posting videos with Jake Paul. It was like the dynamic duo. So these two YouTubers who both have just the biggest following, they're so popular, they started like dating, and everybody was kind of just like, this is not real. And they even said it's for clout, like, which if you don't know what clout is, I wish I didn't. I feel like I'm too old to be saying the word clout. Okay, there we go. My hands were so moisturized I couldn't get my concealer open for a second. If you don't know what clout is, basically means they were giving each other, they were cross-promoting, posting videos on the other's channel with each other, and in turn it was making their like success bigger. So they were kind of like a YouTube couple, but it was pretty obvious that they were only doing it for the views of it all and the, you know, whatever, people being like, oh my god, Jake Paul, Tana, like for headlines basically. So they've been doing this thing. They've done a bunch of videos together. I actually watched some of the videos because I knew I was going to talk about that. I definitely think they like each other. Like I definitely think, this is the problem. When I talk about stuff like this, I don't know these people. I don't text Tana on the reg like, hey, is this real? So I can only judge what's like put out on the internet. And I definitely was like, you know, maybe they like each other or whatever. Like, I don't know. I was trying really hard to not be cynical, basically. about the whole situation. And then a lot of things started clicking as to why this was happening. So Tana Mojo recently got this reality TV show with MTV. And I was like, this is convenient timing that she's dating a very popular popular YouTuber. Like, that's pretty convenient. And then I was kind of like, this is probably gonna be really good for her reality show, like them dating. And honestly, I was kind of like, you know what, whatever, not a big deal. I wasn't gonna talk about it. People have been DMing me to talk about it, and I was like, I don't know the tea, like I don't know the deal, so like whatever. Then for her 21st birthday, Tana and all of her friends like went to Vegas. And I guess on the way to Vegas, Jake bought her a G-Wagon, which if you don't know what that is, it's like a $250,000 car. It's a crazy expensive car. And I think the real kicker to that situation is that this girl doesn't even have her freaking license. So that's something. But anyway, you know, whatever. I was like, okay. But again, like then I saw people being like, well, how do we even know that like she didn't just buy this car for herself and they're just like pretending, or that it was like given to them, or like it was like, you know what I mean? Because you can't trust influencers. So I'm getting to the point. So they went to Vegas for her birthday, and Tana tweeted out something along the line at like 3 in the morning. Something along the lines of, oh my God, Jake just proposed. And everyone was immediately like, this is BS. Like, nobody believes them. And they're sticking with it. They keep talking about the fact that they actually are, in fact, getting married. They keep talking about having meetings about their wedding. Tana even posted an Instagram story recently being like, please believe us, we are getting married. All of the articles that have been written on it, which has been a lot of articles, like mainstream media is covering this, which is ridiculous. Basically are saying like, we don't think it's real, but like, I guess the proposal happened. So this is all going down. And this kind of brought to my attention, like, this is weird. I was like thinking about the whole Jana situation, and I was just like, this is weird. I was like, normally when two people get engaged, people are happy and excited for them. Like, there's obviously with anything, if you have like a large following, or if you're a celebrity, with anything, you're gonna get criticism for what you do. But I have never really seen two people get engaged and so many people, including myself, just flat out being like, that's not real. Even when, and a lot of people might say like, oh, well, I think it's because of the time frame. I don't think that's it, because Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson got engaged after like 2 months of knowing each other. And I did not see, every article was like, congratulations, Ariana and Pete. I did not see a single article being like, well, they've only been dating for like 3 months, so is this real? Nobody questioned if it was for publicity, because that's ridiculous, because people don't get married for publicity until you look on YouTube. YouTube has turned into such a place, and in a way, like, it kind of makes sense. Before on YouTube, videos that were getting the most views were like DIY videos. Were like, you know, watch me, you know, make this t-shirt that you can make too. You know, watch me make a smoky eye. Do you want to learn how to do winged eyeliner? Go watch this video about it. Now, YouTube is very much turning into, I think in a way, its own form of like reality television. And I think it's really interesting to watch. It used to be, and I think it still is to an extent, the YouTubers I'm talking about does not represent all of YouTube. However, I do think the YouTubers I'm talking about are the people that get talked about the most in like in public media. Like, this is the type of stuff that gets spoken on, not the people that are still just like being themselves talking about things. You know what I mean? We now know that there are influencers on social media who purely like do things for the attention of it, or for the likes, or for the clout. There are people who lease really, really expensive cars, or like rent a Lamborghini for a week and takes like 3 months worth of pictures with it so that it can look like on Instagram like they have a Lamborghini. You have people who like Airbnb these super, super nice houses and then pretend that they bought them. They Airbnb them for a week so they can take a bunch of photos. So online, it seems like they're living a different life. People, and this is so crazy that this happened to me as like a makeup person, I can't even fathom the gall to do this. I think I was on like Facebook and I saw this thing about influencers who are like makeup gurus who go to Sephora, buy all of these products so they can do these big massive haul videos to show all the makeup they've bought, and then immediately go and return like all of it. And it's just kind of like, which first of all, that's such a crappy thing to do. And so the whole buying thing, like, you are not only being deceitful, you know what I mean? Like all of the above, basically. But if you're buying things with the sole intention to swatch them and then give them back to the store, they can't resell that. So you're literally just saying like, screw the environment. don't really care. Anyway, I digress. So we see all of these things, and then we can talk about, and I know people disagree with me here, because I know there's like a kind of split opinion on consumerism in the community, where it's like, well, you should be responsible for if you're getting scammed by an influencer because they're not being completely transparent, that's on you. You should be doing your research. When the whole Kenza Cosmetics things happened with the Gabby show, a lot of people were like, well, I blame the people that bought the brushes because they should have been smarter consumers. And it's like, while that's true, I touched on this in another video, that's why I want to talk about it again. Because then we had the whole thing where Jake Paul and like Rice Gum were literally promoting a gambling web. It's crazy how we forget about these things. Literally promoted like a gambling website to children to like spend actual money to try and win these crazy prizes that they were never gonna win, not disclosing those ads. And I think the problem is people are always so like, well, you know, it's the parents' responsibility to protect their children. It's your responsibility to make sure you're looking into this. And to an extent, I think personal accountability when it comes to marketing is true. But when you look at YouTubers the way that they're looked at now, a lot of them, a lot of the bigger ones, it is like watching a TV show. You don't really know you're being advertised to sometimes. Even with beauty influencers. If Laura Lee, horrible example, holds up a blush and is like, this is the best blush, it's amazing, and she was paid tons of money to do that and doesn't tell you that, how am I supposed to know that? What research should a person be doing to understand that like that is maybe not true, that maybe she was just paid, maybe she's never used that blush in her life and she was just paid to tell you that? Well, how do you figure that out? And so I think what all of this is coming to is creating a space on YouTube where everything needs to be questioned. You can't just sit back and watch like, I don't know, Lore DIY do like a craft anymore because maybe she's sponsored by frickin' Michaels. You have no idea. There's a lack of trust in the community and a lack of like people just believing other people. All of that's kind of happening. And I think that kind of brings me back to like the Tana Mojos, the Jake Pauls, everything like that, because I do really find it sad that we are currently living frame of time on the internet where you can't believe anything. And this effect that the bigger YouTubers are having, which is presenting, you know, YouTubers like clout chasing psychopaths, and which a lot of them are, like a lot of the top tier people are. You have people like Deji and KSI who got in like a big fight and it was like this big deal, and realistically you look at that and you're like, that was probably for just attention for everyone involved, whatever. You can't believe that anymore. Like you just can't, there's no trust or faith in it. And it sucks because I think it's having a real trickle down effect on not even smaller, but there are people who are just smaller than the top people. I'm not even talking about people like me. I'm talking about like mid-size people who are genuine and are honest and do tell the truth and do have integrity and don't try to just deceive their following and don't, there's people who like buy subscribers now, buy engagement, there are people that don't do that. And I think it has this trickle-down effect of nobody's believing anyone now. There are people on this platform that I sincerely trust, and like their opinions on makeup, their opinions on things. When they go on a vacation, I don't like question that that's a real vacation. I'm like, oh, they're on a vacation. Like actually, you don't question it. But there are people that do now because you have to. You have to be skeptical about everything. This look is not gonna match my shirt. It's like green. And honestly, the two communities that I think are the most guilty of deceiving and lying to their following and doing all these crazy things are the vlogging community and the beauty community. I think those are the two biggest places where people are lying to their subscribers and doing all these crazy things for like clout or whatever, what have you, money. But you look at that, those also happen to be the two biggest communities as far as like, besides gaming. Gaming is huge. And they have their own drama, I guess. My boyfriend tells me about it and I'm just like, man. I guarantee you have gamers doing whatever. You can't trust anyone. So I guess my question after like talking about this is like, so how do you even begin to mend that? Because number one, a lot of the people that are getting deceived because of the nature of the communities that do it the most are kids. They're children. So they probably don't even really know that they're being scammed by these people. So that's a whole problem in and of itself. But for the people that are aware, the people like me, and the people who are older and younger and everywhere in between, like all of us, we know that it's happening and we have this mistrust of influencers. We don't trust. when Tana and Jake Paul get engaged. We don't think that's real. Most people don't think that's real. How do you like fix that? And then you even have situations like Jaclyn Cosmetics. And I know people are probably sick about hearing about this, and I honestly, like, I get it. But that whole thing, I mean, she lied so much that it got to a point that she literally deleted her social media. Like, deleted her entire social media because so many people were like, you are a liar. And the problem is, and this is what happened, I'll tell you the honest truth. So when she deleted her social media, I actually like feel bad about this. I have to tell you, like, I actually genuinely feel like maybe I just should have like kept my mouth shut. And that's so messed up that I feel that way, because I was completely in my right to say what I said, but I didn't expect what happened, that whatever. Jaclyn Hill tweeted out, she retweeted something T-Spill posted, which was that if you accept the refund of the Jaclyn Cosmetics lipsticks, that you might be opening yourself up to not being able to like sue them anymore. Like, if you had a bad reaction, but you still accepted the refund from them, you might be dismissing your legal rights to actually sue them if there was like a class action lawsuit, which has been something that's been floating around. It's been a rumor since they started doing the refunds. Everyone's kind of been like, well, does this mean you can't do XYZ? Jaclyn retweeted that T-Spill image and was like, this is absolutely not the truth. This is not true. And I just couldn't help but think, I was like, how do I know that? Like, I don't believe you. She could have been being totally and 100% honest that that was the truth, and totally 100% like, yeah, you could still be a part of a lawsuit even if you accept the refund. That could totally 100% be true, but I don't believe her anymore. I don't believe anything that comes out of her mouth, because after this entire Jaclyn Cosmetics launch, she lied so much. It's this way with all these influencers. They lie so much that you just like don't know what to believe. So I tweeted at her and I said, I don't know why I should believe you. And she responded to me, which has never happened really to me before. I don't really get responses from people, which is fine. I'm fine with just shouting my opinion and then leaving. Like, that's fine. She responded to me and was like, I don't remember exactly what she said, but was basically just like, I have been 100% honest about everything that I have said, which is a lie. That's a lie. It's proven that she has not been 100% honest about everything that she said. It's been proven. Like, I don't know. She responded that, and then I responded and I was just kind of like, you literally said yourself in your Snapchat story that you look back at your video from last week and cringe because it's not true. So you haven't been 100% honest. Nobody knows what's going on with your lipsticks. And then she deleted her entire social media presence. And I was just like, why? Did you do it truly because you were getting hate from that tweet? Because if that was the case, that was not my intention, and I apologize for that. But I don't think that's why she did it. I think she did it because she knows she can't explain the lies. And I think that's why a lot of social media influencers do this stuff. They go into hiding. It's like a very standard protocol at this point to like go into hiding and, you know, have this emotional breakdown, which is like, I'm sure this is where it gets hard, because it's like they are humans, and I'm so sure that some of them truly, like, when this type of stuff happens and they do genuinely get sad and depressed and anxious. I totally believe that those are things that are happening, but at the same time, it happens so often with so many influencers where we see them just lying. And because top tier influencers have been promoting themselves as like basically TV stars at this point, they're like, I'm still a human being. And it's like, yeah, you are, but you talk about yourself like you're not. You treat yourself like you're not. It's a hard situation. It really is, because you have to find the balance of like, yes, these are real people. Yes, they have real emotions and feelings. Like, yes to all of this. Is such a, I'm sorry I'm rambling so much. This is probably the worst video, but it's like, yes, these people have real emotions and feelings. I'm sure Tana Mojo has feelings for, I'm sure there's something going on there, like whatever. But at the same time, they've done so many things that are lies that you just can't trust it anymore. I don't know if there's a solution to this. I don't. Inevitably, when any beauty drama happens, everyone's like, well, we just need to support smaller influencers and watch smaller influencers and whatever. Smaller influencers can totally lie. I'm so capable of lying. I don't. You just have to take my word for it, because I can't prove that to you. I try really hard not to. I don't think I ever have, but like I could easily deceive you guys in the same exact way. The more power you give people, it's kind of like, I don't know, it just seems like an inevitable thing at this point that is gonna happen. And there's always going to be really, really good apples in the bunch and really good creators who take their platform seriously, who take their influence seriously, because these people are freaking they have no problem calling themselves influencers until they actually influence people. And then it's this endless thing. I don't know how we are supposed to as a community stop it. And I guess that's why I want to have like the discussion with you guys. That's why I like talking about these videos and like, that's why I like making these videos and like talking to you guys, because I'm kind of at a loss right now. I saw the whole Jana thing happen, and I saw the Jaclyn thing, and I saw seeing all this crazy stuff that's going on, and I'm just like, I want to know if there's a solution to this, because I don't think there is. I like think about this and I don't think there's a solution to people just not believing influencers. I think the effect that this last group of creators has had on the rest of us creators that are like working our way to try to get to where they are, basically, I think the effect that that's had is like, I still have people that like think I'm lying, and I can't even blame them for thinking I'm lying about a product. This little thing I did for Octoly, I can't even blame you if you think that's a lie, because so many people lie about stuff like that, that it's how am I supposed to convince a person that like I'm the honest one who isn't lying to you about things like this? Like, how do you convince a person to do that except through like a track record? This is the first video of mine you clicked on. You don't know that. You have to go into every video now, and maybe I'm overthinking it, maybe this is just me, but I feel like I have to go into so many videos just being so incredibly skeptical of what I am watching that it almost to a certain extent takes some of the fun out of it. And again, I want to stress, oh no, I got mascara everywhere. Yikes. Crap. Mayday. I want to really stress that I don't think this is every single creator on the platform, because I don't think that's what's happening. I don't think every creator is lying to us, and I don't even think the ones that lie are always lying. I don't think that. Maybe I'm too optimistic, but I don't think everyone's doing it. But I do think there is a large portion that are, and I do think they're making it really difficult for everyone else in the community to be trusted. And maybe I'm just watching the wrong community. Maybe I need to go to like plant YouTube, although I've heard there's some drama over there. So I think drama just is in human nature. Sorry if this was just me like rambling. I kind of feel like it was. This eye looks so bad. I'm not gonna fix it. I'm gonna take off this makeup. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Sorry I just ranted for like 30 minutes. That was my bad. I didn't mean to rant that much, but regardless of how I feel at the end of the day, I do think it's up to everybody's opinion and discretion who they choose to trust and who they don't. I'm not saying there's a sole group of influencers that you should never trust, because I think it's up to everybody's how they feel about everything. I mean, it's your personal opinion about this. I'm not making this video to be like canceled. I just want to like have the conversation of why we don't trust influencers, how we got to this point, and is there a way to not be at this point anymore besides just like starting from scratch, because that's not gonna happen. I hope this was like I hope this wasn't too ranty and boring. I feel like it might have been, but I'm on antibiotics, so I don't know. I love you guys so much. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything that I just put on my face will be linked down below. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Please let me know what you think about this whole topic. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!